This is an area just full of really hard-working, loving, generous families. The people here are incredible.
They may have their problems and issues, but it is a community. The people who live here are passionate about where they live.
And it's not an area that has a huge amount by any stretch of the imagination, but what people do have here, they are very willing to share and very willing to support each other.
Residents come to us weekly, sometimes on a daily basis, about issues relating to crime, and not just ordinary crime, environmental crime as well.
There's a lot of antisocial behaviour that they're concerned about in the area. They talk to us about burglaries that have happened previously. It's those sort of crimes that really affect you.
We're having specific pockets of antisocial behaviour, certainly around the parks and open spaces is a major concern.
Drug dealing amongst the East Marsh is quite prevalent, unfortunately.
But East Marsh has got particularly quite high crime rates, and so it's very important for residents to be and feel safe.
My name's Steve Lynn. I'm the project coordinator for Safer Streets here on the East Marsh. Safer Streets is a government initiative and funded nationally by the government.
The plans was in place in West Marsh. They've learnt from those lessons. Now we're going to implement those lessons on the East Marsh and make it a better scheme altogether.
We carried out an environmental visual assessment with the police and other partners, and we looked at the issues that the residents and community groups were telling us about. You know, just to give you an idea of the time, was over 200 hours of partner time and on the door knocking exercise, so that we made people aware of what we were doing and what we could offer.
My name's PS Ruby Rayner. I work from Ham Street Police Station. So today we're out with our partner agencies, with the council and the Safer Streets project, knocking on doors, informing residents about the Safer Streets project on the East Marsh.
Well, it's nice to see the support officers and the police up and down a bit. You feel a bit better with it.
But a lot of residents are pleasantly surprised to see us out and about, engaging with them, sort of asking what issues they've got on the go at the minute.
Those conversations on the doorstep then actually led us to implement other plans that we perhaps hadn't considered. Well, the major thing, what I like to call is the street security issues, were around street lighting was a big example, but CCTV cameras on the East Marsh, surprisingly, there were very few. So we've actually installed 9 brand new cameras on the East Marsh at various locations that both the police and the public have told us. So the statistics drove where we would implement all this work. Things like fly tipping as well, you know, and antisocial behaviour down the alleyways was very important for residents. That was one of the key issues.
We had a lot of problems down this particular alleyway. Drug dealing was horrendous down here, and it was constant. It was all day, it was all night, it was queues of people, it was the noise that come with it as well. And obviously with our living room windows facing on and we have young kids, they could see everything that was going on. I didn't expect to get a response. In the way I reached out, I'd done it through Facebook Messenger, some of it. Yeah, I got a response, and before I knew it, somebody was down to see me and spoke about the gate, the camera. Yeah, brilliant, really good. Once the camera went up, it went really quiet down here. It seemed to have stopped.
Yeah, I think it's nice so that like we can play out a lot more when they're not here, because as soon as they kept walking down this alleyway, all of us on the street just had to walk in.
So it makes a huge difference to us.
And alley clearances was a big thing, you know, because it's not a council responsibility, the private alleyways, but we thought, you know, we recognised that that was an issue that we needed to address.
I'm Sophie Barrett, the director of Simply Refreshed. Our involvement's helping them clean all the alleyways and get them clear, ready for the new gates to be put on. Hopefully, having the alleyways cleared and the gates put on, it'll stop crimes and fly tipping.
We've looked at alley gating, you know, a lot have fallen into disrepair, and we felt that it was necessary to bring them back into play. Ultimately, it gives residents a peace of mind and security. And the idea of fitting the alley gates is not to just create a barrier, but it's also to try and create a bit of a mini community around the alley gate. The most important part of it is residents being involved and building the community up.
Voluntary Action was commissioned to manage the wallet money, so it's for voluntary groups and organisations in the East Marsh target area to contribute to the wider programme.
My name's Jenny and I work for Victim Support.
I'm Carl Elliott, I'm Development Manager at Voluntary Action North East Lincolnshire.
So my name's Emily Asher, I work for Lincolnshire Housing Partnership.
Safer Streets really does help Victim Support victims of crime. Victim Support could arrange and contact Safer Streets and arrange for any target hardening that they're needed.
Vanel has a number of different angles that we're involved with Safer Streets. The first one, we were commissioned to do a Stay Safe guide. Another successful initiative we've been involved with is giving residents community safety items, equipment. So this might be anything from a personal alarm to a timer to plug lights in.
So for us, a lot of it comes down to referrals. You know, we can identify if someone maybe mentions to us during a home visit that they feel maybe a bit vulnerable, then we can make referrals and recommend the Safer Streets programme.
My name's John Scott, I'm a Prevention Advisor for Humberside Fire and Rescue Service.
Katie Cross, Community Link Worker for Friendship at Home.
Tony Gaskins, Citizens Advice North East Lincolnshire.
So anyone that's had an arson threat made against them, we would then refer to the target hardening.
Safer Streets are important to our client group, which is people over 60, because a lot of people, as we are aware, spend a lot of time in their homes and they want it to be somewhere that's a safe haven for them.
We've been a referral partner for so many different agencies who are obviously dealing with people on the front line, they're dealing with people who are coming in and presenting problems or they're unearthing problems.
We've worked with 517 children and young people over the last year. Well, Safer Streets have given us some very useful funding which supports what we do. And I suppose the key thing for Safer Streets is that it's helped us to keep young people out of exploitation, which is the real danger in this community.
We're involved with local community groups like East Marsh Involved and East Marsh United, who are very much driving this forward for us.
I'm Lauren, I am working as the Community Engagement Lead for the Safer Streets project. East Marsh United's involvement has been to work in community engagement and community outreach, and so we take the kind of holistic overview.
We are part of the East Marsh and we work with and for the residents of the East Marsh. So we're always thinking of ways in which we can make the lives of local residents better.
So we're out across the East Marsh today, litter picking, trying to clean up, tidy up the area a little bit. This is the place that we live, the streets that we roam, and everybody that lives here deserves to have a happy, healthy place to be.
And we want to make East Marsh a better place to live, don't we? We're also part of East Marsh United and we do cleaning with them, don't we, on the park every week?
Yeah. When community work starts, when people get involved, it picks up traction, more people get involved, they talk to us, and I think everybody can see that we're trying to do a really good thing, and we all deserve it.
Down for 7 minutes. You're chopping it all off, I'm chopping it all off.
So we're planting the trees today in Granthorrell Park with local school children and members of the wider community. It's a way of making them realise what we've got on our doorstep, this beautiful park.
In Granthorrell Park, loads of good work's been done. The local councillors have been involved through their organisations.
But my name is Nicola Aesop, I'm East Marsh Ward Councillor. I've been involved in the community activities and my focus has been Granthorrell Park, which is one of the central parts of the ward. What I've been doing is working with residents and community groups like East Marsh Involve to provide multiple activities. One of them has been providing boxing training for youth.
I'll let you off. What we get?
That has gone down a storm.
Love it, my kids enjoy it. Gets them out of the house, brings them to do a bit of training and get exercise. So yeah, they enjoy it.
Yeah, I love it here. I enjoy the punching the rear hand and the weekend.
We wanted to create a safe space for them to learn about it and to enjoy it. And we have up to 30 children taking part in these boxing sessions and they come back every week. They are so enthusiastic, they have learnt so much already and they're making friends and it's changed the whole dynamic of the park.
Safer Streets project has encouraged lots more people to come into the park. Everybody feels a lot more safer. I'm hearing about families coming from London, the south, and moving on to the East Marsh. They love the park and to live around it. And now there's a cafe and community space where we've got all sorts of activities going on. It's getting better.
We've created a park watch, which is working with residents, and through that we've also had another activity which is a book hunt activity, and we're hiding books throughout the summer all around the park in plastic wallets so they're waterproof, and people, children who come and play here on their own or families are bringing their children in, finding these books and the excitement to find these books, and I'm seeing children reading the books as well in the park, enjoying this public space, as well as doing something fun and doing something that's really educational. We also have the Buffalo Bills Community Garden in Granthorrell Park. It's a pocket park section of the wider area. We open it up for everybody to walk through and enjoy, and we have an edible patch as well. We have multiple volunteers who come here, local residents who volunteer their time.
So my name is Lauren Patrick. On a Thursday morning and a Friday morning I work at Buffalo Bills Pocket Park. I work on doing some weeding, planting some vegetables for the canopy.
There was also a focus on environmental matters, so environmental designing out crime. The theory being that if you make an area more attractive, then obviously you will help deter crime. And our new to nature apprentice Lauren Patrick was also based with Ernie Brown at Your Place and Chris Taylor and her team.
Your Place has been involved with Safer Streets for quite a while now, and we've received some funding to do work in the garden. We've received some funding to be able to give people lovely plants. When we live in a place that is pleasant and when we're doing positive activities, that really helps people to have a sense of well-being and to be able to feel safe. It gives people a pride in their own community, and when you've got a pride in something, you feel that you own it.
We also work very closely with the two primary academies that are based in the target area, so Strand and Wheelsby, and we engaged with Jen Wakefield, who runs Nurture Nature.
Paula from Vernell, she asked me to run some sessions looking at how we can help with antisocial behaviour around the outside of school buildings and to create a safer space really for the children. So the children have been actually, putting on the gloves and going around with the litter bags and things and the pickers, and well, they're learning about what's better to have in your environment really, and you know, a lot of them were keen about having habitats there for kind of pollinators. Yeah, so we were keen to create a kind of a safe and environmentally friendly environment, in the hope then that would prevent people from actually destroying it with rubbish and other elements of antisocial behaviour.
So not only are we looking at the street scene, we're also looking at residents as well to see if we can improve their home security. Target hardening basically is to try and improve the security of your home.
We've been fitting a number of different security devices to people's property. We discuss with the client first what their fears are, and then we're trying to address them to start with to see, you know, what they're worried about.
Well, the main equipment we've been fitting, which has proved the most popular, are solar security lights, normally fitted in the back of the property, in the garden, which is normally the most vulnerable area.
We've got things called door jammers or window jammers, and basically they're just a little sliding lock which makes the windows and doors harder to force open. We've also got vibration tremolo alarms which we fit, which are very sensitive in any slight movement, and they'll set off. We've got locks for sheds.
I think it's really good. It's definitely helpful for people such as myself who sometimes have nights in on my own where it's a bit, you know, you just need that extra bit of security. You know, your home is meant to be your safe space, so if you can do whatever you can to make it safer, then you're going to do it. So yeah, it's definitely really, really helpful.
We've had a very positive response from the residents that we visited. They've been most appreciative to what we've done, and the comments we've got from them are they feel secure in their own home after what we fitted.
The police have been very much involved in the project and continue to be so, and clearly they're acting on information that's given to the public, and they will be carrying out their policing tactics.
So today we've an Operation Yellowfin policing operation. Operation Yellowfin is a policing operation that we run force-wide to target the antisocial behavioural use and criminal use of motor vehicles, specifically motorcycles and mopeds. So today we've got officers from my neighbourhood policing team, from the wider policing team with off-road motorcycle support, and also our partners from Humberside Fire and Rescue Service drone unit. So we've been working in partnership with North East Lincolnshire Council as part of Safer Streets 4, where we've had the opportunity to put additional police officers onto the streets of East Marsh, which has allowed my team and myself to support the community, listening to what their needs are, listening to what's important to them, and having an increased visible presence within the community to make members of the community feel safer, but also to target the crimes which are most affecting our community. We've recently executed 2 Section 23 Misuse of Drugs Act warrants. Simultaneously, we made 2 arrests. We've recovered a quantity of stolen property, a quantity of drugs. It's allowed my team and myself to have a real visible presence within the community. I've been able to utilise different tactics, and the funding has been able to allow me to bring specialist officers in. Of course, we hope to reduce crime is one of our priorities in all elements of policing, but particularly what I really hope with the operations that we've been running as part of Safer Streets 4 is that we make the East Marsh a happier and safer place for people to live, and for our communities to feel safer.
The Safer Streets project has made such a difference to people locally. They feel safer, they feel happier.
Well, I think it'll have an impact on the local community and a positive one.
We wanted to ensure that the legacy was that the community groups who were engaged in this remained engaged, and that is something that we have done. The community groups have come together and are still working towards the projects and continuing the projects that have been running.
Projects like Safer Streets are absolutely imperative to these sort of areas. It allows agencies to work closer together.
There's more confidence in the community to report issues.
They've benefited really because they've been given things that help them to feel safe.
We've had really great feedback from the Safer Streets project. People have really appreciated it. People have told us that they do feel more safe, and it's important that they not only are safe, but they feel that they're safe as well.
And I think, you know, for residents and for those that work on the East Marsh, that it will make it a better place to live and to come and visit.